Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here. I am in Las Vegas, the city that just keeps on bringing me back for more conferences. But I thought I'd do a video talking about reference experiences, since a lot of the things that I do when I come out here to conferences is either coaching for you guys. Do some private coaching. You can message me if you're interested in that, and then also conferences, mostly conferences and networking, right? So my track is the hallway track. That's where I hang out. I talk to people, right? That's what I'm interested in when I go to conferences. I'm not really looking at the content that much. I mean, sometimes I'll go to some talks, especially if I know the person giving the talk, but for the most part, I'm networking. And so what I want to talk about is a little bit kind of related, tangentially related, right? Which is this idea of a reference experience. Now, this is a thing that you may have heard before in some of the pickup community, right? Like I think the RSD guys talk about this, but I wanted to talk about this because this is just an important concept in just meeting people and dealing with people and just life, right, in general, which is a reference experience is basically an experience that you have. It says, hey, this shit is possible, right? You've got to try, wow, I feel like a teenager. All right, so you got to try to basically get reference experiences for things that you want to become good at or that you want to become common. And it's kind of a catch-22 because a lot of times if you don't believe something is possible, it's hard to get the reference experience, right? So what we can do a lot of times is we can either work really hard to get the reference experience or figure out some way to hack it so that we can pretty much get the reference experience without all the work. Okay, so have you ever seen someone really, really good at play guitar, right? Maybe you saw them play with one hand or with their tongue and shit like that. I mean, there's people that do insane shit or their toes, all right? When you see that happen, right, that itself is basically a reference experience. Now that is possible, right? And so you might have been playing guitar for a long time, and then you see that, okay? And then you're like, oh, wow, I'm not actually as good as I thought I was. There's a really high level that I could reach, okay? Another example of a reference experience would be a more personal one, would be something that you didn't think was possible, and then you pulled it off somehow, right? And then once you've pulled it off, you know that statistically speaking, you'll be able to pull it off again. So let's take a business example, right? So when I was first getting into this, okay, and I was first doing any of the coaching, all right, I think I put my current coaching is $3,000 a month for a couple of phone calls, okay, just to be honest with you guys. And when I first had done this, okay, this was a long time ago, and because people were asking for coaching, I asked for $1,000. It was $1,000 a month. It was actually a deal, right? But when I had done that, I didn't think that anyone would pay $1,000 a month to be coached by me, right? Now, that's a fucking bargain basement plan. I wouldn't ever do coaching for that low of a price. But once I had one person that was willing to pay the $1,000, I had the reference experience, and in my mind, now I had the confidence. I'm like, oh, maybe I can do coaching. I am a coach. People will pay this. If there's one, then I know there's more, right? And that's the key to reference experiences, is if there's one, there's more. Because, statistically speaking, the odds, okay? The odds that you got the 1 in a million, right, are so small. The chances are if there's one, there's more. And so, if you went door to door and you're making sales, okay, you're selling vacuum cleaners, you went to 99 doors and you got rejected, and then on the 100th door, you sold your first fucking vacuum cleaner. Congratulations, awesome, right? What's the good thing about that? The good thing about that is that now you know it's possible. So what happens for the next 100 doors you knock on, okay? This is probably what I should just made the whole video, was just that example, because that's a better example. But what happens with those next 100 doors? With the next 100 doors, what happens is now you probably sell maybe you sell 20 out of 100 instead of 1 out of 100. Why? Because you're going in with the confidence, you're going in with the belief, because you know you've done it before. When you haven't done it before, you don't think it's possible. You're doubting this shit, right? This is me too. I doubt stuff all the time. And then some magical event happens, and I gain that reference experience, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is possible. And then what happens? My execution goes up to the next level, right? Because my confidence there is because I know that I can succeed. I know that I'm going to be successful, that is possible. And I know if there's one customer, there's 100, there's 1,000 customers. The world is big. So what's the take on this, okay? What should you be getting from this? Basically this, okay? You're trying to do hard shit in life. You want to grow in life. what you need a lot of times is a reference experience. So you need to think about how can you gain that, right? And not think about the odds or the ratios, right? I mean, if you need a reference experience, if you're selling vacuum cleaners, just to go back to the example, you don't say, oh shit, this isn't gonna work because I've gone to 99 doors and I'm not selling it. You gotta say, I gotta keep on doing this shit till I sell one, right? Gotta sell one, motherfucker, right? And once you sell one, yes, if it takes you like 1,000 times, then you kind of have a better idea of the odds. But even then, right? Like you got to gain that reference experience. So what is it in your life that you're seeking to raise the game, raise the level at, that you need to go out and gain some kind of a reference experience to prove it, okay? Are you starting a new business? You got a SaaS application, right? Like Microconf, where I'm at here, a lot of these guys, right? They need one customer. If they get one paying customer, then bam, then it changes for them, okay? You know, is it, what is it, right? For some of you starting out in your careers, in life, you get one job offer, right? One interview, okay? But, so that's why you got to pound the shit hard until you get that, right? And you don't give up. You don't give up. You fucking trust the process. You say, okay, I know where I'm going. Where I'm going, like, I'm going to get better, but I need to get one. So I'm going to invest a lot of time. I'm going to invest a lot of resources in getting one. I'm going to do shit that doesn't scale, right? That's what people say, is do shit that doesn't scale. That's what it means. Why do you do shit that doesn't scale? Because you get reference experience. Once you get a reference experience, then you can do the shit that scales because you have the confidence, because you have the belief. Without the belief, it's not possible. It's hard to get the belief. The belief requires the catch-22 of getting the thing, which requires maybe getting lucky, but really working, pounding the pavement, getting your feet wet, right? So go out there. You want something, go fucking take it. Don't give up until you get it at least one time. And then once you got it, then hey, now you can apply that again. And so how does this whole thing relate with networking in Vegas and all that? You know, I think that it applies in many different ways, right? In all kinds of different relationships, in making a sales prospect, and making a girl prospect, right? Any of those things, you need a reference experience, right? You got to make sure that what you can do, you can be successful at. All right. I'm talking way too much, so I'm going to end this video. If you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button below. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.